States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call, Jen.
Rod. Nicole.
Here.
Dave.
Here.
Carolyn.
Here.
Deb.
Here. New business is a resolution to borrow $1 million for man. We got the first one, and then he changed it because of the, I believe it was the interest rate is negotiable.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you all read it?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any questions on it? John, did you have any?
No.
I know I went over it too. I didn't have anything after the correction, basically. Okay. So we need a motion to approve.
I move to approve the resolution to borrow $1 million from Main Street project.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. So you and I both have to sign this.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of documents that me, you, and I think Don has to sign.
Well, the other ones are for next meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we can only do this one today, because the loan agreements and all that other garbage has to be done at the board meeting.
Okay.
Because from what Chad explained, they have to be done separately, so. All right, next item, liquor license for Balloon Fest. Tennessee Edwards having Balloon Fest, he's got a 3-year contract. The place that's doing it, Wally Balloons or whatever it is, what they do, they would like to know if we can guarantee them to get a license 3 years in a row. And also, what they do is they have 2 balloons. One is a Dalmatian, one is a German Shepherd. The one with the Dalmatian, they'll donate to, the proceeds will come to the fire department. The other one goes to the sheriff's department up at Marathon County.
Oh.
So that's kind of our incentive to,
Promote it and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
And this is gonna be on Stod's.
I don't know, yet. I'm guessing where,
I talked briefly to Ken and it was supposed to happen, but then it went back to Lawson Balloon Fest thing.
mm-hmm,
And so now consequently, this is for, when again?
July,
Of next year.
yeah,
Correct.
25.
I did have a conversation with her, she did call me and contact me,
Uh-huh,
and everybody should be entering off on Stod Avenue,
Mm-hmm.
or Stod onto Roman,
uh-huh,
and hopefully we're not gonna have anybody coming in off of 97. If we do, we're gonna have to shut part of that road down.
Yeah.
And that'll be a conversation about, April or March, here with the fire department and Marathon County Sheriff's Department,
Yeah.
as far as
I
roads,
don't
entrances,
remember
and exits.
your number, so,
Yep, she contacted me.
but, yeah, I think it'd be a good deal. They got 30 balloons signed up already,
Wow.
yeah.
That feels exciting.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, I need a motion to,
I'll move to approve the liquor license for the Balloon Fest for July of 2025.
no, we wanna approve it, make sure they get it for 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah. I mean, they're only gonna do it for those 2 days, you know,
Yeah.
where they're serving. But John had checked into it, and there's really no permits or anything, you know, that we can do just for the 2 days. So they would like to know if we can guarantee the license. No, we're not handing them to them now.
So,
We're just
So the motion should read what?
to approve.
I would say guarantee 3 years liquor license for, so what I think that it should be, I've been looking into this. Initially, we wanted to do like a picnic license.
Yeah.
We can't, but because it needs to go to a bona fide club or nonprofit or something like that. So if this is a business, we can't. I also think maybe we should issue the license to Kenny Seehafer instead of, because it
Well, that's
might-
who it would go to.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then, so I was getting a bit confused. So right now, the liquor license that we issue are Class B. There's 2 kinds of Class B. One is Class B and then one is Class B. Class B is your regular
Alcohol.
bar, you can sell
Yeah.
liquor, you can sell beer, you can sell
Uh-huh.
whatever. A Class B is just beer and fermented malt beverage.
they
Like
do
we do
it
at
here in
Wise.
Wine.
So, and so I'm having difficulty determining if we have any more Class B licenses, the
Mhm.
full ones, but we can issue unlimited Class B. So if they just want to sell beer, we can,
For the whole enchilada, we actually, I think, had 5 licenses in the town.
So the motion should.
Is what you're thinking?
yeah, so I have to go back and look,
We had 5,
okay,
because there used to be Rendezvous, there used to be
Mommy case.
Money and K's, there was Bubbles,
Yeah.
you know, so there's 3 right there.
okay, yeah. I was figuring that we probably had enough that we didn't have to get into reserve
Yeah,
licenses.
because I've only been using like 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, and that, yeah.
But if they only want a class B, just to sell beer and
And
stuff
wine.
like that, then,
Class B is on premise, Class A is off premise.
yeah, yeah.
That's
So
the way it
there's,
should be.
there's a class B, and then there's 2 class Bs, so there's 2 class As and 2 class Bs. And so if they just wanna sell beer and wine and stuff, that's way easier. If they wanna sell like hard liquor,
Mhm.
I'll do more research, but I have time between now and
The
then.
way they talked, it was just gonna be like beer, possibly wine,
Yeah, okay,
and that was it. And then when you get a chance, send me the application, because they wanna see it.
okay.
And then we need to know what the cost is on that, how much is the license?
I think it's, for that, I think it's just 50.
Oh, okay. They'll be happy, because I
Yeah.
told them 200.
No, it's 50,
That's for the other one, am I correct?
15 per year then?
or maybe it's 100 then. And maybe it's 200. I think the big one's 100, and we have 2 of them, so we get 200.
Oh, okay, that's where the 200 came in.
So I think it's 50, and then we'll charge them, whatever, $20 for a post, because we have to publish it,
Yeah.
just like the regular licenses,
Yeah.
to make sure they don't have any delinquent
Mhm.
charges with vendors and stuff. So,
Um,
if they don't need it until July, that'll be fine, we'll just roll it into our normal springtime
Right.
liquor license
Yeah.
stuff, so that'll be great.
That's what we needed anyway, so.
So I would suggest the motion to be guarantee,
License
3 years
availability.
of Class B.
That's my motion.
Okay.
And I second that.
And it'll only be used those days, correct? This isn't.
Well, that's all they're gonna do for those 2 days.
Just
Well, it-
Balloon Fest.
It will
Yeah.
be, so if you issue it to, Kenny Seehafer, he'll,
It'll
unless
be
he.
good for the year.
Yeah,
I
and so
know.
he could sell beer at his ice cream place and stuff, and, you know, which, whatever, I don't know.
I can't see.
But-
him doing
Or,
that.
you know, you could negotiate, you know, have a contract with him saying, I'm going to relinquish this, because he can just relinquish it after the weekend or
Right.
something, and then,
Yeah.
and
The
then,
description has to go on there, so it should be only to that description of,
Balloon Fest.
well, property, because it'll be,
Oh, right.
because usually you have
Yeah,
to describe
yeah,
the buildings and
that's true,
whatnot,
yeah.
so it'll be specific.
It's gonna be
to
a
the
stand.
location.
Yeah, that'll be good. So that'll
Yeah.
come Botsman then. so
Yeah,
you could-
boxes of in.
Yeah.
Two, I'm assuming it's the land on the hill there.
Wherever they had,
It's the
Farm
field right
farm
there.
Farm,
Yep,
yeah,
farm-
the.
farm tech place.
Yeah.
And just one other question I have, did anybody contact the airport?
not yet, but they will take care of that.
Yep.
Okay, because
Contacted them
The
too.
Yeah.
airport
the
Yeah,
airport.
and the
they
local
have a-
hospitals.
They have a projected
Oh,
area.
yeah.
that, I believe it's Wally Balloons is the name of
Yes.
the place.
Yep.
They take care of all of that. So any permits, they've already been up to Marathon County Sheriff's Department, they've, you know, got a hold of Lori.
So here's the question though, we're like right on the border, knowing that we're right next to Wood. Are they talking with Wood County
Uh-huh.
too?
Yeah,
Okay.
they will.
Okay.
Yeah. She says this isn't their first rodeo.
It's ours.
It's not even ours.
Well, true. But
So
we
you
have
got all
to,
that, John, right?
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Okay, Lori, rekindle your shadow.
All right, I just got handed a quote from Neil that he lives down here on Hidden Acres. He can do this entire roof for $2,500, and he's got his crew ready to go today. That is way less than the other 2 quotes that I've gotten. And he agrees that this probably should not wait for another winter.
Mhm.
how you gonna pay for it?
Out of my buildings and grounds budget.
And the other quotes were 3D.
31 and
31 and
37.
37.
Yeah, this is the cheapest one,
Correct.
but your buildings and grounds on your overall picture, on the whole budget, Lori,
Mhm.
are you gonna be able to afford this?
Yes,
Okay, because you got no place to run over anymore.
no, I know. I know, I've made people very aware of how tight our budget is and the major things that we have to get done yet this year.
What else is coming up?
We've got ladder testing, I've got payroll for the rest of the year,
Insurance.
insurance. Otherwise, I can't think of anything else. Oh,
Regular utilities, right?
otherwise just the regular bills. I mean, and we should be fine.
We have to be.
You're gonna have to be fine, yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna have to take from the Fall Fest.
Mm-hmm.
No, yep, we know. We know.
Any more discussion? Need a motion?
I'll make a motion to, for the $2,500 to nail it, for the shingles for the shed at the fire department.
Second.
Roll call.
Nicole,
Yes.
Dave,
Aye.
Carolyn,
Aye.
Deb.
Aye.
I meant to say aye, sorry, I get them confused with the boards that I'm on. One says yes and the other says aye.
It's all the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna be going into closed session regarding personnel matters. Consider hiring a McMillan Town employee and compensation.
Are we gonna go to the back room or are they?
No, we can sit here. It's nice outside.
Do you want me to shut the window?
No.
Skipped out again. I didn't come out of better place.
Yeah,
Not today.
right, yeah.
We found out Dave's got a girlfriend.
Oh, I do that for a long time.
Oh my God.
I do that for a long time. That's the one.
How do you know it's already one?
Well, you only said one this time. All right, we're gonna reconvene into open session.
Okay.
The discussion was hiring, and we are looking at Cody, what's his last name?
Shank.
Shank, and Kurt Bornbach for part-time positions. But we also have Kevin. So, Dave, you wanna make that motion?
I'll move that we hire Cody Shanks, Kurt Hornbach, and that rate to be $25 an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and Kevin.
At 25.
Yeah, in case we need them at 25.
Okay. We need a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 And our full-time position will be looked at our next meeting. We'll have that on our agenda.
Steins.
So we need to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
All in favor, say aye. Any second?
Oh, wait, did we need to vote on that?
I did.
We just did. Did you forget? All in favor, say aye.
There we go.
You said
Opposed?
No, we did not.
I thought we did.
No.
I thought we
Anyway,
did
No,
too.
we didn't.
Well, you and I were on the same page. Mental telepathy.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
motion to adjourn.
So moved. No,
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
aye.
Opposed? We are done. Now we are going to move into budget workshop. All right, the first page,
So we're working off the one that was on the desk, correct?
I ran everybody the one
This
for the
one
board.
right there,
Okay.
this is
The one
perfect.
that was on the desk.
I put lines in there and numbers on the side so that we can say line number 33 or whatever. It's easier to follow and a lot quicker. All right, where did we get into? The income, or the revenue, I should say, are the first two pages. So I don't really see where we need to do anything on that at this point, because the numbers will come in. Correct, John?
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to go to page 2. Number 64, the last line. Oh, isn't that much more simple? And it's publication fees. John, what do you got?
$500, I guess.
Right here. Page 2.
Are you guys on the right one? No.
They got a different sheet than
Oh,
I
you
do.
have a different-
Here, Lori.
It wants me already.
So,
This is a lot easier.
Thank you. Page 2.
Last row.
so you think 500 for the 2025 budget?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have publication fees because
Well, I
we're,
was gonna say, what was that? Of course, that $500 for, at the post office was, included,
that's
the
the next
contract, right?
Yeah, so I think this is just for posting in the paper,
That's what
like
this
the,
is
Yeah,
the
just for
legal
that.
ads
Yeah,
for
okay,
the alcohol
alright.
licenses and
Okay,
stuff.
so 500 for that. Then you go to the next page in printing and postage. That's our newsletter, correct?
Yeah. Well, let me open QuickBooks and see.
Just to make sure.
Yeah.
Well, stamps keep going up.
Hey, what does it cost for that newsletter?
I don't know. But the total that we spent at this point, we got everything paid, Mr. John.
Yeah,
Okay, it's 945 for 2 of them.
for just the printing, I think. I think the total cost for the year is probably like $2,000.
$2,000 for these 2 newsletters?
Yeah.
Do you ever stop and think about going back to just one? Like it used to be years ago?
We can talk about it. We're gonna get through this crap today.
So I should shut up is what you're saying?
Well, the suggestion
Well,
is
yeah,
there,
very
we know
good.
it, but we gotta put these numbers together today.
Yeah, that's fine. Just was asking.
So the number for the 25 for printing and postage is,
John?
and I don't want to rush it, whatever.
I put that up to 1,500 just because stamps keep going up, but I feel like they increase them twice a year now.
They do.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't even gone stamps for the tax bills yet.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, I suppose.
There's no.
Board expense, we should be okay at 1,000, correct?
Yeah.
Association dues,
I put that to 1,500.
okay.
And that includes,
That's just the Wisconsin Town Association.
wow,
And that was, we budgeted for $2,000 this year though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
24.
And that included town advocacy council, right?
No,
Did not,
we have not been paying that.
and that was,
That was expensive, wasn't it?
I feel like it was a couple $100 extra, yeah. We haven't paid that for a couple years.
So 1,500 on that one,
Yeah.
okay.
No,
Mileage,
we,
what?
Dave and I went to that
Oh,
one
we
meeting
got it.
in Stevens Point.
right,
Anybody could go to that. They invited everybody. You did not even have to be a Wisconsin Towns Association member to go to that one.
okay.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it was information as far as I was concerned.
Right. Okay, mileage. 500 should be good.
Yeah.
Board salary. We're probably, what are we, halfway on the 15,
So you think 30 again?
30, 31,
I'd increase that a little bit.
32?
That's
So 32.
32.
Okay.
Legal fees, I think we can knock that down. We spent $37 this year on legal fees.
So what do you wanna go down to?
500,
You don't think anything pressing's gonna come up, like windmills?
I don't foresee anything. Do you?
I don't know, it goes in waves.
Well, yeah, but,
I was thinking about, and you can tell me with this, we can go someplace else for it. Our ordinances, those need to be done, and they need to be done by an attorney. And I know when we did it in 14, it was $10,000. Now, I think we could probably get him to do, so I don't know whether you wanna put it under that or, cause those need to be done. They really need to be done. I don't know, we can negotiate, I guess, with the attorney on that, but I don't, because he needs to do it. with our help, of course.
Mhm.
So is that where we wanna put that? Or
It
where,
makes sense to
where
me to
would
put
we
it there.
put us? Where else
That's
would we
where
put
it
it?
would be.
Yeah, cause I can't think of anywhere else to put it.
So, 10 grand?
Well, if it exceeds that, then it's gonna have to wait. So put 10.5 on there. Because in reality, our ordinance, we change those ourselves. So what needs to come out of there is the state and the county crap. That's really
Yeah,
what
all
needs
the,
to be
all the
done.
changes of the laws.
No,
Those are,
you need to take out the state and the county. You don't need to make those changes, you need to take that out of there and just have our ordinances here. Then we don't have to
well,
mess with that
there's,
crap.
so whatever, but he needs to be the one to,
If-
rather than a company.
Are you're suggesting tighten them up and make them
Just
smaller?
our ordinance.
Condense it from
Exactly.
We
the
still have to follow
Six-
county
600
and
pages
state
already.
anyway.
Yeah,
Get it down
you
to
know,
60 pages
That's
or something.
crazy, that, yeah. that
So just get
company,
it down
yeah.
to what our ordinances are, and
Yeah.
then we don't have to ever mess with this again.
Makes sense to me, keep it simple.
Yes, very good. Or than what we have, yes. Okay.
So what do we have for a total there, John?
47,500.
All right, newsletter, here we go.
I put 1,500 again because it was 1,400 this year
Okay,
for and this is just the printing
yeah,
of the two.
and then we have the postage above that, so yeah, you're looking at about 2,500, ain't it,
Yeah.
for the two?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of, it's hard to pin it down because, you know, if we put more money on the meter account,
Mm-hmm.
it might carry over to next year. So, yeah, in the $2,000 to $2,500 range.
Yeah,
One of the things that I was thinking about was, so like George suggested, to go down to 1, then that tips the scale and the postage meter is not worth it anymore.
mm-hmm,
So we can still run 2 on this postage meter, as long as we need to be prompt, we need to get it out early August. I don't remember I have it in my calendar when the date was, when you renewed it. Cause it renews for a year, but that stamp, the meter cost is like $3.25. And then you gotta put the postage on, but the postage is reduced. But if
right,
we're only doing one posting or one mailing,
then your
the
postage
volume.
go up.
Yeah, so the volume, because then you're paying $3.25 for one mailing instead of 2, so the numbers don't work right. So then we'd be better off putting stamps on, and then we'll have to get a bunch of
fun.
volunteers to put 1,500 stamps on stuff.
Yeah.
What I thought about is like, maybe for the next 2, if we commit to doing the next 2, put something on the front page saying like, if you want to continue to receive a paper one, you need to do this action, otherwise we're gonna go to an only digital format, or something like that. So then the people that do want stuff, they can send a note or whatever, they can send some snail mail or give me a call or whatever. We can put them on a list, and then we can send them up with mail, and it's not gonna be 1,500 stamps that we'll have to put on 50 or, That was the thought that I had.
Okay, if you do go to one a year, you gotta remember that the first one that comes out in April also carries all of
Our
our
financial
information for the
statement.
annual meeting,
Yeah,
which is the most important one as far as I'm concerned, getting.
yeah, yeah,
So I mean, if you.
yeah, you gotta have the financial reports
Yep.
out there. for
I do
everybody.
like your idea though with, if people want paper, they can call you and we can send them a paper one.
Yeah.
Then, that way you're getting the best of both worlds, cause most of the generation my age doesn't like paper. So,
Well, good for you.
yeah. Hey, I'm just saying,
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
And there the gap showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, would that increase the cost for you on electronic mail distribution? If you've got, because I think your current provider is like 500 free per day or something, but if you're sending a bunch of those out?
Yeah, so we'd have to figure out how, I don't know I'm not proposing to send it out in emails. I would propose to just
They go
post
to
it
the
on the
website.
website and post it on the Facebook page and stuff, and then they can get, because otherwise, because I was thinking about this last year, and I don't know how am I gonna get everyone's email addresses
I think you should opt in to the email and just arbitrarily leave them on paper copy, because I think, to Nicole's point, those of us that want electronic are gonna go out of our way to ask for electronic. If you
Yeah.
had it today, I would do it today.
Yeah,
But you can go right on the website and pull up the newsletter.
yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
But it's nice to, I don't know when the newsletter's gonna get published, you need to do some, whether you send an email to the people and say the newsletter's now available, or you
Mhm.
send them the newsletter in an email, unless I know that it's there, I'm not gonna know, oh yeah, it's April 15th, I have to go look at it.
April and August.
yeah.
Whatever it is, I'm just saying.
Now you
have to do
know.
something to overtly tell us that it's there.
Anyway, moving on.
Well, we can bring that up at the meetings, the annual budget hearing, and go
Oh,
from
I
there.
need to ask when I can.
Maybe we just put something in the newsletter to force people to do an action both ways. If you want the paper one, do this. If you want the digital one, do this. Because otherwise, there's a lot of people that are like, I like digital, but I'm also pretty lazy, so like I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, I'll just get the paper one because
Okay.
And if you don't do either, then you're not getting none, and you need to rely
Yeah.
on the announcement on
Oh, and then
our
that's gonna
website.
be,
So I don't know what what a good
A
solution
mess.
is, but
Yes.
there's a couple options, I guess.
I think I'd rather just, if we're gonna really be looking at this, just put it down to one and have it in April, and you guys can put flyers out for Fall Fest anyway, you've done that in the past, and.
And John, he did a nice job this year putting it on the
Mhm.
township website
Yeah.
and Facebook page and stuff too.
Okay,
Good.
All right, so what do we need on that line?
do we do 1,500 yet?
I've
Well,
got
it would
1,500
have to be
just
in there.
because that's what it was this year, and Like
Okay,
the-
website, internet, and phone.
I put that down to $1,200.
Okay. And now with newsletter only being one, and it's gonna be electronic, then you're gonna,
No, I
and
think
it's
I
all,
would probably
it's
just
all
collect.
his fault back there.
I would just collect all the email addresses
Yeah.
and then mail them through just on over.
Well, you can
email
do
to me.
batches, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Clerk Christmas bonus.
0.
I didn't put anything in there because I don't feel like it normally is budgeted.
No, well, normally
Yeah, I
it
see.
isn't.
It is not.
Okay, so are we on 78?
Hmm?
Are we in line 78?
Yep. Clerk wages. Those are the 38,410. How did you end up, oh, a Christmas bonus was added in there. That's supposed to be a surprise for 23.
Don't give him one.
I left it from previous years.
Yeah. Go with the 38,410 as the salary.
Okay.
Clerk expense, John.
I left that at 3,500.
Okay. Clerk office,
Nothing.
you want 0 on there? You just went and, okay. And the printing is all taken care of. Mileage,
So it's 0 on that row?
yep, on those 2 rows.
Yeah.
So we're on 83 now.
I put 300 in there.
Okay.
So your total?
42,210.
All right, election wages,
2,000.
we only got 1 next year, right?
April?
Oh, good.
Do we,
So 23, the election wages was 1791.50.
mm-hmm,
So I just based it off of that. Another odd year, so
okay.
2,000.
Election expense,
1,000, because in 23 it was 895.
okay. Your total?
Total for general administration, line 89, or 51,400. The total there is 47,910.
Okay, line 91. Oh, you're on Excel, aren't you?
I'm on it.
Okay, so you know where I'm at. 91 is the audit accounting, that would be 0, because we just don't, unless we're gonna do an audit. Printing and postage, John, what do you got?
Let's see, I put $1,000 in there.
Okay,
So that's different because the newsletter is the only one above for printing and postage, line 65.
This is for the, treasurer printing and
Oh,
postage.
okay.
Yeah.
treasurer's expense,
Let's see, I went down to $2,000 based on historical expenditures.
treasurer's office expense,
No.
nothing. And mileage,
I left that at $400.
okay. Next page. Alright, Christmas bonus for the treasurer, that's a nothing. Treasurer's salary, that's 19,205, correct?
Yeah.
You have a total? What would be the name, that's all you got on that one?
It total is down on 102.
Yeah, I see that. Okay, board of review expense,
I just left that as $100, I'm not quite sure what that is.
well, what did they
Like,
charge us?
there was something in 23 for an expense, and then there's been nothing in 24 and 22.
Yeah, there was in 24. You and I, Dave, went to that, didn't we?
I think so.
Yeah.
David made it,
Training.
remember?
Yeah, because you gotta have the training,
Yeah.
so, and you have to have one person trained, so it must have got put into maybe administration or something.
Sure.
Do you wanna leave it as 100 or,
I think 100 should be
okay.
good. Assessor contract,
$43,000.
yeah, we got the reassessment.
Mm-hmm. I think she quoted us at like 41
But
or
you
something
gotta
like
have
that, but I added
postage,
postage and if she's got mileage or something, you know, so.
then it's
I'm not, it's a like associated cost, so, cause you can see from like 24, our contract with CJ was like $17.50, I think.
yeah,
But we
right around
got
there.
charged $17,204 because he had postage and
Yeah,
this and that, the other thing. So for a total for financial administration, row 102, I've got $65,705.
okay. Town hall expense, Nicole,
I think we can leave it at 2,500. Actually, we could probably even go less than that. I'd say
what comes out of there, John? Utilities, is that what? No, that's the next one. So what's under town hall expense?
We got some Menard stuff, keys, replacing the door over here.
Mm-hmm.
That was in it for this year.
So we're at 934 so far, and I don't know of anything else.
No, we have to, maybe I just go down to 1,000.
Okay.
I think 1,000.
Town hall utilities,
3 seems a little high.
I don't think so really, Nicole.
For
'cause-
this building?
Yeah, because I'll tell you what, you look at 23s, and that was 2138, and 24s, you're not through the year yet.
I don't know. Okay.
What did we do with the town hall expense? I missed that.
1,000.
Yeah,
$1,000, okay.
there shouldn't be much that's needed in here. The town hall utilities, though, looking at this, I mean, in 2023 it was 2,100, but
2024 you can't say, because that's, you're only
You
through.
never know.
Yeah, we're not done yet, and they're talking about electric going up 30% again. I would leave it at 30,
okay, sounds good to me.
At 3.
yeah,
3, yeah.
Now, buildings and grounds, how do we wanna do that?
the wages,
Yeah,
okay, that one, well, that's your,
that's the summer help and
mowing,
mowing, yeah.
think you're gonna need to put that. Yeah, we didn't do it, we only did half a year
It's
for
not
the
a
year
big deal.
before.
Yeah,
Um.
because it would be the mowing, the weed whacking, the trimming,
You need bark,
and that bark, yeah. And if we do the flooring over there.
um,
You guys count snow removal in that at all, or is that something?
No, not for that. I guess technically it could add a little bit of snow removal if we need somebody to shovel.
yeah, cause there will be some of it that's rented in the winter that, you know.
Yeah.
I'm
Maybe-
talking
maybe
about
Rod
building
won't be
it.
as-
Okay, never mind.
I remember it was always told to me that Pat was unwilling to get out and shovel stuff, but maybe Rod's more willing to get out and shovel.
Pat used to, he used to salt everything for us too. So,
So I'd say at least 7.
Oh,
Well, I mean, I'm at 59 right now.
yeah,
yeah, but that was with how many people?
and cheap, but they were a lot cheaper. They still got the job done. I would say 7 or 75 even.
Or we sell a lawnmower and then we just hire somebody.
I'd go 75 on that one, Nicole.
That sounds good to me.
Like I said, if you're gonna be doing bark this next year, and I know you wanna redo that bridge,
Yeah.
so,
Would that be a project for a Boy Scout deal, or what?
I did reach out to the school. They have me on the list. That doesn't mean it'll be guaranteed.
Right.
It depends. Like this year, they're working on some stuff at the zoo.
Yeah,
So I have,
they had a shelter for
right.
bison or something.
So what needs to be done with the bridge?
It's pretty rickety. It's leaning and everything else. So I don't
she'd
know.
like to buy the materials for it and have the school rebuild it. That's what she's looking at, so,
Wasn't that done as a Boy Scout,
Boy Scout
Eagle
project.
Award,
Project, they did that as a Boy Scout
as
project.
an Eagle Scout, to get their
Mhm.
Eagle Scout?
Yeah.
And maybe we could ask
Should
them
we
too.
reach out to the Boy
I don't
Scouts
know
again?
who to even contact in Boy Scouts. I have no idea.
I can reach out to Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts for you if you wish.
Yeah, and
Because
just
I have
say
contacts in both.
if that's something they would.
Because they have kids who are going for their silver awards, being Girl Scouts, gold awards in Girl Scouts, and then the Eagle Scouts for
Even-
Boy Scouts. And they take on projects like this for those
We
reasons.
just supply materials.
I don't know how it works, but
That's how it works. but
Oh,
this-
yeah.
and that's how it worked for the
works.
school too. Like you
Right.
can't pay them for their time. It's just
Right.
materials.
Right.
It's experience that they
Yeah.
gain doing it.
Yeah,
And they have to come in with a plan.
Yeah.
You have to prove it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So these are all things, and if you've looked at the bridge, now we did stain it and we did try to get it prepared, but if you look at it, it's really starting to lean just a little bit.
when we took it off the stilts, you should have seen that mess.
Oh.
yeah. It was higher, yeah.
Yeah, it was higher, but some of the posts they had put in, some were in this deep, some were in this deep, yeah,
Oh boy.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, general buildings and grounds, other, you need anything in there?
I don't know what that $100 is from 2023, so I wouldn't even know what to put in there.
So leave that at 0.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got for a total, John?
11,500.
Okay. Illegal taxes, well, that is whatever it is. We don't really budget for that. So, insurance,
I left that at 3,500.
okay.
So I have a question with the garage and lights. We're not to that row yet because I know we talked about general buildings and grounds, but that was just here
Mm-hmm.
in this building, right? Just to be clear.
General buildings and grounds.
Because if we
Oh, no,
want
no,
to talk
no,
about,
I'll tell, that 5,900, that is for when the building, correct, John? When the wall move.
so is this not right?
That's not even
No.
your wages.
Yeah,
We're not into parks yet.
yeah, so this isn't
No, that is, this is.
right.
This is for mowing.
I don't think so, John. 5,902? I think that was for our wall that moved.
I mean, is there a different bucket for that, for the garage?
Under parks.
Maybe,
Highway
it's-
building.
That's what this
Under
is.
Highway building, this amount, this 5,900 is for wages, for mowing.
Okay, then where is, the wall?
Was that under your insurance claims?
No, we have an expense line. There should
It's-
be.
Buildings and grounds, what does it say?
Did you give him the motion?
I did
Buildings
go
and
over
grounds on the highway, so, 53270,
What line number?
195.
531.
195, line 195, buildings and grounds, 8902.
That's where it is.
Okay, because that was our deductible added on there too, wasn't it? Because it was,
That was the expense that I didn't net it against any insurance recoveries. The recoveries are up in revenue.
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but the 8902, that, our deductible is in there. I mean, it was a total expense, am I correct? It was 5,000 something for,
Yeah, it was 5290 to Marawood,
yeah, and then it should have been,
1667 to Steenie. There's $582 in there for fire equipment review, fire extinguisher stuff.
okay,
Pumping the garage, holding tanks.
okay. Well, just so we know what's
all that
there.
stuff.
So this other one was the wages, so
Hi.
we were good there.
Are you in the wrong place?
Yeah, it must be.
Are you here for a party that was
Yeah.
reserved? You're in that building.
Next one down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Unless you brought lunch.
You got lunch? She had a cake pan full of something.
I know you did. And I was like, gosh, it's really nice. And then I remembered there was a rental.
Okay, so now we know what that one was, Nicole, was your wages.
Yeah,
Okay. So let's go back to,
we were on 110.
yeah, that's a 0. And then the insurance, John said 3,500. And line 112 would be the clerical workers' comp. You didn't get anything for that yet, John?
No, so I left that at, or I put that to 1,500 just because insurance, I just keep hearing insurance keeps going up, so.
Okay, but you got 2 lines here, clerical workers' comp and workers' comp insurance.
Oh, I don't have it, I have worker comp insurance is where I have 1,500. I have nothing in the clerical workers comp.
What do you got for total? For that,
$5,000.
okay. And then your grand?
The grand total is 177,615.
What was that again?
177,615.
For general government.
All right, constable mileage. I think we can put, what did we have in that? We just went with a total of 2,500 on the bottom there, didn't we, and then broke it down?
Yeah, that's the budget. The budget seems to have just been put in the constable other, and then the actual expenses are put into,
Each
you know,
one is,
yeah.
yeah, broke
whatever's
down.
doing.
Is 2,500 gonna be enough? You haven't heard any contracts going up or nothing?
I haven't heard anything, and, historically, it looks like he's in the $2,000 range, so I think that it makes sense to have a little bit of a buffer in case there's a bunch of cats or whatever.
25, you figured?
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay,
So it's line 121,
yep.
okay? For 2,500.
I was just laughing about the cats.
Oh. All right, then we're into fire department.
So your insurance is going up?
Yep, I put 12,000 because I don't know if we're doing cyber insurance next year or not, but I need to factor in for that if we do,
Okay.
so we have enough there.
I think I personally think you can get rid of that cyber
I
insurance.
wasn't sure, so I factored in for it.
Okay.
because I don't know what you guys are gonna decide at the end of the year.
And that was 1,072 for that, correct? For the cyber insurance?
Yes,
Okay.
and I'm not sure what the regular insurance for the fire department's gonna go up to,
And all of them are going up.
so I kind of have to factor in for that.
And workers' comp,
Workers' comp, we left at 18.
okay. Chief salary,
The officers decided to bump it up to 5,000.
they can't do that. That's a board decision, Lori.
Then why didn't I have a review the other night when everybody else had a review?
You get your review across the road when they elect you,
Correct.
okay? They don't decide your salary. Then the board has to
They have
approve.
always decided it in the past. Past chiefs have always been decided by the officers for a salary increase. It's been historically
It's
done that
got-
way.
No, it hasn't. It's, the board always has to approve that. We set the salary.
Okay, but I will give you the reasonings for them wanting to do that. Because I don't get paid to come to board meetings, I don't get paid to go to my other officer chief meetings that I need to. I do tent inspections and I issue all burning permits.
It still has to be a board decision. It's gotta be put on the agenda, and you wanna leave it in there, that's fine. It doesn't mean you're gonna get paid that, because, the board has to approve that. It's always been that way.
Then is that gonna be on, what agenda will that be on?
I don't know. We're not even through this yet.
I have to ask the questions because I have to ask the answers from my officers when I go back and present.
But it should be board approved. And,
Yeah, they usually suggest, I think, though.
I mean, I can see it's a suggestion, but.
It's like everything else, you know.
It's not a
Suggestions come, but we approve them,
Yeah,
or not.
right.
And then, as a suggestion, I still have to give you the reasonings as why the officers suggested, which I did. Assistant chief salary at 2,000, officer salary at 1,800. Firefighter salary is gonna stay at 14,000. Fire inspection salary is gonna stay at 800. Office,
But we haven't
Wait a
spent
minute.
anything for 3 years,
yeah, we have.
not according to this. Fire
Yeah, we
inspection
have.
salary,
That money gets split between the chief and assistant chief on their last payroll because we're the two who do the fire inspections. So that probably comes out on the January.
where does it come out, John?
Uh,
It would have come out this last January for this
If
one.
if it's indicated as fire inspection salary, it would have been fire inspection salary.
Because it's,
Yeah,
when I list it out on the payroll thing,
Yeah.
I have it separated out and there is a fire inspector salary in there and there is stuff in there
So
for the
who-
last pay of
Can you give me somebody that earns that?
myself and Adam Knapp. Because we're the only two who do the fire inspections.
How many inspections do you have for commercial? About,
35,
so there are 35 places you have to visit.
correct? And there are more popping up that I need to go inspect this year because they're new ones in the township.
Do we charge them?
No.
Can we charge them?
Could look into it. Because I know the city charges for fire. They don't charge for the initial. I think I had it all out on that fire department billing thing that I handed out. City doesn't charge for the initial, but they will charge for re-inspections and so forth,
so if they have to go back.
if I have to go back.
Yeah.
So I have to imagine, so it's, I just brought up Adam's
It would be the,
paycheck, and
it
it
would be the,
says that he was paid $375 for fire inspection pay. So
it would come out of the very
the,
last paycheck of the year.
The way that is written in QuickBooks, when that account was set up, it must like go to a different account. So I'll have to look into that and see why
Maybe
it's
into the
not hitting,
payroll.
why it's not hitting the right one.
Okay,
Because I know that is one of the last ones that gets paid out in the very last paycheck of the year. Because we have all year to do these inspections, and that's when we decided to pay that one out, was the very last paycheck. I forgot where I-
and that might be in firefighter salary, or, you know,
This one, is that
Yeah.
same?
It might- I'm
That's
guessing-
It's certainly somewhere in that.
Yeah.
it's gotta be, I'm guessing it goes in
That's
the
very-
last quarter
Those
of
inspections.
the year
Yep.
for the inspections. I'm guessing that's where it got lumped into.
Yeah.
Where is that lumped into again?
The line right above.
Okay.
Oh, So do we want to,
They've already got 14,000, and I would think that 800 can go away because you got plenty in there.
Not really,
what else you got coming yet?
for.
The 14,000, so.
I mean,
we'll-
for
We have the rest here for fire calls, car accidents, mutual aid with Stratford, we've got a whole shebang that comes out of there yet.
Yeah, but the past 3 years, it's been 5, 1, 6, 9, 4, 7, and you're
Well,
saying
47,
14.
we're not, 24, we're not done yet. but
Oh,
the two-
true.
But we need to plan for the holy shit call that comes that takes us 24, 36 hours to put out. And that's what we did there. Because we need to
But in
make sure.
20, was it in 23 that you had Romy's? The barn?
Yeah.
Last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, so we have to plan for the unexpected.
I understand leaving the 14 in there, I'm just saying that the 8 for the fire
Eight should
inspections
go.
can come out of there too.
So still leave it at 14, but make row 1 30 0? Is that what you're saying?
The next row, under the 14,
Yeah, so make 800 to 0.
yeah, that's what I would do.
I don't think that's gonna work. But
Well, if you wanna leave it in there, that's fine. The people are the ones that are gonna approve this, and I'll tell you what, Lori, you're gonna have a real problem getting the levy approved, the way your budget looks right now. We are gonna have a war. You wanna leave it in there, that's fine. All right, office
We
supplies.
can take it out, that's fine. Like I said, I just have to have explanations when I go across the road and explain to the crew why stuff is coming out of their budget, line items are being taken out.
Because you got 14,000 and you only used 7 the year before that, and you did have a big fire. So I mean, you've got the money there.
Okay?
I'll leave it at 8, I don't have a problem with that.
I mean, if you guys wanna take it out, that's fine, but it's up to the budget.
It's up to the people.
Right.
And
It's up
the
to the
total of
budget.
your budget this year, we're gonna be lucky to get that levy approved. Just so you know. Office supplies,
2,500 because we have a couple computers that need to be replaced.
member recognition,
We're gonna leave that at 800 because we have
beer,
some people retiring this year and there's specific gifts that come out of there for the retirees.
gear,
2,500.
Oh. So we were busy with gear this year.
Well, that's where one of the tools came out of. I think that's where the cutter and
That's
spreader.
where the jaws of
Oh,
life,
right.
and then we
Got it.
adjusted,
Yep,
okay.
Because it had to go someplace.
Yep, no, I got it.
Mileage, I put 1,000 in there because we have people who are gonna be traveling for classes. Buildings and grounds, I did $2,700 because for that one, let me get where I need to be. I have three.
Okay, mileage for the ones that are going for classes,
Mhm.
we pay for the classes too, correct? Or it comes out of 2% dues?
If it's a fire-related class, like Fire 1, Fire 2, Officer 1, Officer 2, the state of Wisconsin pays for that.
Okay, they
But-
pay them for mileage too?
No, they do not.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. Buildings and grounds,
Buildings and grounds, we have 2,700 in there because I have 3 entry doors. that
mine
need-
says
Oh,
27,000.
sorry, 27,000, my bad. I have 3 entry doors that need replaced and I have a dry hydrant that has to be fixed.
Okay, say that again, 3 what?
3 entry doors.
Where?
The front one, the side one, and the one on the back side over there, of the main
How
building.
much are your doors? 3 walk doors you're talking?
Yep.
Holy cow.
Marwood came out and gave me an estimate that, close to 13,000 for the 3 doors.
Oh,
So
my.
that's which one's one?
The steel one on the front?
On the
Correct.
front, the steel one on the
The
side
side?
of the bathroom, and the steel one on the
One
back
in the
side.
back.
Are these just the walk-through doors?
Yep.
Yeah,
These aren't overhead doors for trucks, these are so we can.
They come with an arch?
What's that?
Do they come with an arch?
Nope. And this is also
They come with-
reusing,
they come with a bend over.
well, this is also including reusing the current hardware that's on the current doors.
What's the matter with the door?
They leak, the gaskets are bad, the frames are bad, we got air coming through all over. when Mark would come
So
over.
you're talking that not just the replacing the door, you're talking about frames and everything.
Yep, new threshold, new weather stripping. We ourselves will paint the doors, otherwise that would be an added charge. And we're gonna reuse all the hardware off of all 3 doors, meaning the door locks, the hinges, the open and closer on the top, we're gonna reuse all of those.
What was the other thing you said, 3 entry doors and what?
Hydrant,
The dry hydrant,
where's that at?
it's in our pond right across the road there.
Didn't you just replace a pump for that?
Yep.
That was a pump for the pump, for the aerator pond.
Okay, so the hydrant is what?
The hydrant is so we can hook up our house, our portable hog,
Mhm.
and dry hydrant pump right out of the pond and fill tankers for calls. And we also use it for training for water evolutions.
And we have one now,
Correct.
and it works.
Oh.
It quit working.
Yep, pipes are broke. Have to have the pipes redone. And I got a quote on that one too. I think that was for, I think he said 3,000 he could fix the whole thing for. Because we may not have to empty the whole entire pond. We may only have to empty half of it because of the way the pond's.
And how much did you say that to fix that dry hydrant?
I think
3,000?
it was 3,000.
It's only 16,000.
That only comes to 16,000 with the
Right, and then
doors.
you have your regular buildings and grounds in there.
Oh, for your mowing and everything?
Mowing and weeding and any other, because Ernie's in charge of our buildings and grounds and he does a lot of fixing over there for us. So
But that's volunteer, isn't it?
But we pay for the materials.
Because I mean, you guys have always had him doing the weed whacking, and I understand paying for the gas for the weed whacker and whatever, but
Does this also include?
you're up to 16.
But no,
So you're
it's
looking
not.
at 11,000 for
Yeah,
just
it's
regular
the
buildings
same.
and grounds?
Same size, I think. both.
Because that's where the weed spray comes from, the mulch comes out of there. Anything for the building that needs to be fixed comes out of there. Anything for equipment that's attached to the building comes out of the buildings and grounds. If we need new ceiling tiles, that comes out of the buildings and grounds.
So when you guys, I have to ask this question. So when you guys met to talk about that donation that you got, you decided that the jaws of life was more important than fixing some of these things that are broken that haven't worked?
The individual who donated the money for that chose what she wanted it donated for. We gave her several options and she chose which one she wanted to do, and we left it up to her.
Thank you for clarifying that.
What's that?
I said thank you
Oh,
for
you're
clarifying
welcome. I forgot where I was at. I lost my page.
I wanna go
You're
back
on
to the doors, did you
communications.
get it?
Doors, yeah.
13,000 for the doors,
that. 3 doors.
for 3 doors.
Have you checked any place else?
No, I did not, because I was told they are the ones who did the original doors.
How many, 1,000 was that?
That's,
13?
that seems just
For
way
screen door.
over the top.
Yeah, that seems, for a single door,
Yeah.
Those are expensive. They're not cheap.
Yeah, but
I know,
Jesus.
but,
and
wow.
that just,
Don't we get the doors for the highway someplace down there?
Yeah, but you gotta remember, I don't know, he said these doors are all insulated or something because they're all exterior doors.
Yeah, well,
Still, there's a pack on it.
overhead door, well, there's a lot of vendors out there, I guess you should say.
Okay, so for door one, remove the existing service door, save existing lock set enclosure for use, provide and install. Oh, it's a hollow metal door with quarter-inch
Core?
light.
Hollow core?
Says hollow metal door with quarter-inch light, new threshold, new weather stripping, door to be painted in owner's choice. Oh, they're painting it for us, I'm sorry. Owner's choice of one standard color, so they'll paint all 3 doors. We don't have to-
Okay, now do you need actual doors or do you need your framework around it?
I
Because
need
if
the-
that's a steel door.
I need the doors and the framework, because there's air leaking through the framework, and some of the framework
I understand the
is
framework.
original.
I'm talking about the steel door. There shouldn't be anything wrong with the steel door.
Unless it leaks. And are they insulated?
Oh, that's
It
not
says-
that one.
And that,
Install hollow metal doors, I'm assuming they're not? I don't know, the guy from Marwood was here when I wasn't available.
Well, I'll tell you what I would do, I'm gonna put a question mark for
Right.
this one.
Yeah.
And what I would do is that man that's gonna be re-roofing your building,
Talk to him.
I would talk to him.
Okay, I can do that.
Because, and see if it's the door that actually needs to be replaced or if it's just the framework. Because
Well,
steel
Tom-
doors last,
Tom Seifert?
Cause I know, we were thinking of changing
Or
this
Tom,
one
yeah.
entry door here to make it look
Tom
more
would
like
be a
an
good
entrance door instead of just
I
a,
would guess. Well,
because when people come, they
either
don't know
one.
what door to go
Or
in,
both.
so three doors look
talk to
forward.
both of them. Talk to Tom Seifert and to Mitch, both.
cause that's
Get,
awful.
get their opinion. That's
and that's.
huge amount of money.
Okay, so
And then the other thing, if they're leaking, or if they're cold, and I understand, I've
They're
been in there
cold.
when it was frosty on the inside, I'm just questioning whether it was insulated itself.
I don't know,
Okay, and I don't know.
because
either.
they're,
What did these doors cost when you replaced these?
I can't even tell you how old these doors are, but
You mean
Roger
on
said
here,
these
on the
doors.
front here, to get them completely redone, I think it was right around 4.
Well, these here,
Yeah.
And who did that?
all of them are for door?
Who did we have do that? For both of them, it was like
Yeah.
4 or 4,500.
How long ago was that?
That was during COVID, so that was the money that paid for them.
And I mean, they're just as secure and good as anything that's needed across the road.
Well, we can visit that one again.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll definitely have to
Okay.
come back to that one.
Keep going.
Communications,
Okay, now hang on, I can, oh, here we go. I was exactly completely lost my place here.
What, we're on?
137.
Okay, yep, 2,000.
Yeah, and so far it's been 350. Last year it was 0, and then the year before that it was 4,500.
For communications, we left it at 2,000 because I have to, we gotta order the DNR grant, so I have to order the pages and radios this year. And when we get the bill, that always comes out of this. And then that money gets put back into the DNR grant thing the next year.
Oh,
Only because, if I don't order radios and pagers this early, we don't have any time for the reimbursement stuff to be sent in.
Hey Lori,
You-
when you're ordering those radios, are you recognizing that Wiscom is going to 700 and 800 megahertz?
Yes,
So
we
you're-
deal with Northway Communications in Wausau, and he sets up all of our radios and pagers for us,
Okay,
and he
because
sets
that's
them up.
totally different, that's coming in
Yep,
2 years or whatever,
yep,
existing radios won't
yep,
work.
Jess knows, and he makes accommodations with the radios, and he gets them for us. General expense, we didn't put anything in there, I don't think.
okay, we'll leave that total question mark, because we need to do some investigating for numbers on that one.
Which one, communications or the?
No, buildings
The
and
buildings and
grounds.
grounds.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, consultant.
We left that at $1,500, because there's.
Who is our consultant?
We don't have a consultant, that is the fees for the associations that we belong to, like Wisconsin Fire Inspecting Association, Wisconsin State Fire Association, North Central Chiefs Association, there's like 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 that we belong to.
And we can't go down to 1,000?
I was
I mean,
gonna
I'm just
say,
looking at the past,
yeah, you don't
that's why I'm asking.
You got 350, 695, and so far 380, so I mean, your highest one was 700,
$1,000?
Yeah, we can.
I would say, yeah.
Training and education, we left at 3,000,
That's another one.
That's
because
pretty high.
that covers any other incidental class, like tech rescue, farm rescue, grain bin rescue, all of those are not paid for by the state. Those are all paid for by the fire department. Any kind of seminar or course that's out there, that's paid for the fire department, because some of those aren't covered by the state for.
But what do you got planned?
We've got, farm rescue coming up, we've got green bin rescue coming up, and there's, like 3 or 4 other classes coming up, I can't right off the top of my head. And this is also for whatever comes up in 2025, because there's always new classes popping up. How to put out electric vehicle fires, that's not covered by the state, that's out of our
All right,
budget.
we'll leave it.
2% dues, I figured out the difference from like the last 3 years of increase. $15,430.60 is what we should, rough guess, be getting from the state for 2025.
The 4,500 was a total, Dorothy.
Oh, okay.
But it's really
Thank you.
94.
Yeah. All right, phone and internet.
We'll bump that up to 3,000 because we're not sure what internet costs are gonna go up to.
Electric, 2,500.
2,500 we left the same, the gas we left the same, septic.
The
we
gas
left
is
the
pretty
same.
high compared to what you've been spending for the last few years. I mean,
But we don't know how much natural gas is gonna go up.
I understand that, but I would think that you should be pretty safe at 5. What do you guys think?
You gotta remember, we're trying to heat a steel building.
Yeah, but you have to
You
keep it
got, the
close.
highest one you got in so far is 3,300.
Yeah, go to 5.
Okay.
Septic,
We left that at 1,000 because we never know how many times we're gonna have to empty it. And I know we're only up to 420 right now, but I don't know what the septic is gonna go up to for cost. Non-standard fire calls, we left at 3,000.
Wait a minute, on the septic,
Yeah.
that seems like excessive also. I mean, if mine goes up every year, but not much.
no.
But I-
So I think if you put 500 in there, that should do. You've gotta start cutting on some of this, and that, some of the things that possibly could be cut would be, I would say septic.
Okay.
I think that would be a
Little plastic
good
shed
one
out
to
there.
cut back on.
What's that?
500.
What, Dorothy?
Little plastic shed out there you can use.
Yeah,
We have bathrooms.
That's only for
inside.
the summer.
when is that leaving, by the way?
I don't know, I haven't talked to him. He called me, or he said he called me, he called Doug, and Doug was like, somebody called me for the township. I'm like, well, was it somebody? So,
For B&B, we use them for our septic.
well, it was for the,
Okay, because I was say, I use him for our septic,
Yeah.
and the bill goes directly to John, so I don't know if he includes it with whatever there, or I don't know.
no,
That was-
mine are, that one's separate.
Okay.
That one I know.
Okay. Non-standard fire calls, 3,000 we left.
So what's the total,
Oh.
FD?
What do you got, John, for a total?
$11,000.
11? Okay, thank you. So you left it at 3,000?
Yep.
That's okay.
Yep. Fuel, we left at 3,000 because we don't know what gas and diesel is gonna go up to. It fluctuates. And again, if we get that, oh my gosh, call and we have mutual departments here, we have to be able to fill their trucks to go back home.
Okay, engine 10, you almost rebuilt the damn thing this last year, and you got another 8,000 in there, why?
It is for the increase of parts and labor in case something happens to it, we have to have it fixed.
That's an in case number?
That's the one.
In case.
Well, we had to
Just
plan,
in case.
when we put this budget together as officers, we planned for the unexpected to happen. Because if the unexpected happens and I don't have the money somewhere in the budget, I come over here to ask for money and we're putting it in if we need it. If we don't need it, we have other places we can use it.
Goodbye roads this year, yeah, because we ain't gonna be putting any in.
So,
Well, I think eventually we're gonna have to put something for capital improvements because.
She's got 25,000 in capital.
And I'll
improvements.
explain that when we get there.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll explain the
All right.
25,000 when we get
all
there.
right, moving on.
Pump 5, we left at 500. Ladder 1, we put up to 8,000.
for what? We just put
There-
40,000 into
There
it.
again, we have rams that break occasionally that we need to get fixed.
So that's an in case, just in case too.
We have to plan for the unexpected. Rescue 1, we went up to
So we,
2,000.
we're just encasing 2 trucks at
Correct.
$8,000
Correct,
each.
because they
Because
are,
you're planning on possibly something going wrong on both of those trucks.
rams are
I'm just
expensive.
asking.
Yes,
and that's not something that we could utilize our insurance claims for.
Not if it's not working on
They replaced the
underground.
Rams though.
But the Rams
They
only
were
last for
replaced.
so long, the Rams don't
When were
last for
those
the entire
replaced
life.
last?
I think we have replaced
4 years?
a year ago,
A year ago?
because they leak. I mean, occasionally they will leak and we have to seal them.
What?
Put seals in them.
They have seals in them, the seals let go and then they leak, and then the ladder truck doesn't stay up, so we have to have a functioning ladder truck.
Oh.
Well, I mean, unless all of these engines, whatever, pump, ladder, all are old.
They're all pushed, let's see.
They're all old,
Engine
so
10
I
will be
guess,
25 years old in December. Tanker 1 is a 1990 stick shift. I mean, we're all approaching 15, 20 years
yeah.
plus on all these trucks over there.
So I guess you can put up a little extra in case, because more than likely it is gonna
We're in
happen.
there.
Yeah, so whatever,
Like I said,
yeah.
Rescue 1, we put up to 2,000.
for what? Just in case again?
Yep, we have Rams, we've got air brakes, we've got everything in there that's. Vehicle 8, we left at 15, because that needs new tires this year.
Rescue snow?
Snow rescue, we put 1,000 because the the carburetor and things need to be rebuilt.
What's that for?
That's our snowmobile. So we've gone to our rescue wagon, if we get a call out in a field in the winter or on the trail, we can get back to the patient and take the ambulance crew.
When was the last time we ever used the snow rescue, or snowmobile for a rescue for anything?
I would have to look.
How old is it?
1995.
How much?
1995 it is. That's the year.
That's the year of the snowmobile.
That seems
We
excessive.
were in the
That-
marsh, we were in the marsh looking for somebody at one
Yeah.
point in time,
Yeah, once
since 95, but I don't remember what year it was.
But we didn't have Mavis then either, did we?
Mm.
Okay.
And so maybe think about where you could possibly, can you go to 500 there instead?
We can drop it.
Why not?
I
What's
was
that?
gonna say, putting $500 into
We're
a
not selling it.
1995 snowmobile is,
We might as well get,
you
no,
get rid
well,
of the damn thing.
Tender 1, we left at 1,500. Cause that's probably gonna need some new tires this year too. Tender 2, we left at 1,500. Truck 4, we bumped up to 1,000 because that's gonna need new tires this next year too.
ATV?
We put, for the 2 of them, we put $1,000, 500 apiece, because both cars need to be rebuilt next year. And it's
And
probably,
again, what year are those?
well, geez, I can't even tell you off the top of my head.
You know, Dave?
They gotta be approaching
They gotta be
all
like-
of 15 and close, maybe close to 20.
It's gotta be like a 2001 maybe.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, that's
They're-
20 years.
They're,
I mean, to put $1,000 into an old ATV, to me, is ridiculous.
would you rather us buy new ones?
what?
You don't use it for the, where did you use it last? I guess that's the
Grass
question.
fires.
Grass fires.
We use them on grass fires all the time.
Yeah.
How many grass fires have we had in the last year?
In the last year, we've had 4.
Okay. And you use them every time?
Correct.
For what?
They have water tanks on the back, and we can get further back in the field or further back in the woods with them to stop a line for a wildfire if we
It
have to.
depends where it is,
Yeah.
you know, whether it's a wildfire, you know,
Yeah.
marsh or whatever.
Well, in March, DNR is gonna come out anyway.
We're gonna call up everybody for that.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
know.
but usually when we go, the first ones that go out is truck 4 with the 4-wheelers and the engine.
Yeah.
Because we unload the 4-wheelers and get people out back to stop the line back there. Equipment apparatus maintenance, 9,000.
What are you doing there? You had 1,000 last year.
This is the extractor, right? So this is the one that we have 2 of, correct?
The what?
Mm.
We don't have an extractor.
Oh, what was?
Jaws of life you're
the-
talking.
Yeah,
Correct.
is that different than this?
equipment
Yes.
apparatus maintenance.
Here, struts and hose testing, because we want to contract out for hose testing next year. And
Why?
with the amount, we're struggling to get our hose tested this year. Pat and I will be doing it Monday and Tuesday.
Where are our fire department members?
They work full-time jobs.
I understand that, but you got a Saturday or something, don't you?
We do.
I mean,
and
you're
we've talked about
talking,
it.
oh my, $9,000 to do, did you get a quote on it yet or no?
I did.
Oh,
There there's a place that Auburnell Fire uses, I think it's 57 cents a foot. And the amount of feet that we have, I figured out it's like $4,700 for them to come and test. They test, unload, and reload. All we have to do is be here to pull the trucks out for them so they can do the job.
4,700, then why do you have 9,000 on there?
Because there's struts in there that we need to purchase, and then, just regular maintenance of like our chainsaws and
Did you
things
just
like
buy
that.
chainsaws not too long ago?
Yeah, on DNR grant, but we still have gas chainsaws that need carbs rebuilt, that need chains, that need,
I would say, my thought on all of this, go over there, light a match, and burn that sucker down, because this is almost ridiculous that every piece of equipment needs a new carburetor, or every piece of equipment needs this.
and again, we
Which we just gave you 103,000 this last year to go over budget.
that was stuff that was already allocated to the fire department in the revenue.
Yeah, I
You just
understand
moved
that.
it from one place to the next. You
But you're
didn't
still
add it.
talking almost 200,000, Lori, that you had last year. And you put a lot of money into a lot of equipment, and you got so much just in case, and this is out of line, it really is.
SCBA's, we have 3,000, because that includes the flow test and all masks and the bottles to be tested, and also our air compressor to be tested.
Wait a minute, let's back up a little
Back
bit.
up, what-
Let's go back to this ATV thing. I'm
Yeah.
still thinking about this one. Why would you put that up to 1,000 if you're gonna
Because you
have?
have two ATVs, so that 1,000 is split between two ATVs, so it's $100 or $500 per ATV for its budget.
But that's. I mean, everything can go crazy. Everything can go crazy, but I think that you've gotta cut back on
What
some
would
of
you like
this
to see
stuff.
it down to?
Well, I mean, you've got $500. If you're gonna have $500, do you take out 2 ATVs every time?
The $500 is $250 per ATV for its maintenance,
But you haven't spent anything for 3 years.
because we have one that has to go in now for a carburetor and a gas leak, so we'll have money.
And we
coming
have
out of
nobody
there.
that can work on any of this.
We have people in the township who will work on things and just charge us for the
The parts,
parts.
$500 a piece for a carburetor?
I think you're way,
What would you like it down to?
put it back to what you had in the $500 budget, because you didn't spend it, so far you haven't spent a cent. I mean, and if it goes south, then we,
Take it out of the, just in case.
yes, whatever. So I would go back to 500 for that ATV stuff. I think the trucks, you're talking, but the ATV, I think that is crazy. And then to go equipment, apparatus, maintenance,
Right, because
That's-
there, we would like to have someone come in and do our hose testing for us, and we have struts that we would like to purchase to go along with some struts that we already have, to finish a tripod for a rescue, that we can use on a grade bin rescue, we can use it on a confined space rescue.
Do the firefighters get paid for hose testing?
No, we do not.
So if you were to pay them, but less than you pay, what did you say, $4,700 to test all the hose?
Yeah.
What if you pay the firefighters $4,000? Would they do it?
Probably not, because it's a lot of work.
I mean,
Well,
how
that-
much? Like,
that's
if you wanna pay me
That is
$4,000, I'll come out there and help you
We've
guys
never
test it.
paid for any of that.
No, we
I'll
have
do it,
not.
I mean,
If it's
is
cheaper
it
than
an 8-hour
having
day,
somebody,
like,
you know, if that's what it takes, give them a little incentive. Give them a
If that's-
little
if that's
incentive.
what
I
you
mean,
Well,
if it
I
costs-
understand that, but
No, if that's, I was, when we put this budget together, I was thinking of things, okay, what could we do? And that was one of them.
Pay them what they would get paid for a call?
yeah,
Hour?
We can do that. That's fine, we can do that. I'm not opposed to that.
Can I apply for the hours I spent testing holes?
No,
Well,
no, I'm not giving back pay.
it is dangerous,
We-
no question about that.
Yeah,
the hose testing,
The
right,
whole testing can be,
yeah.
Because
you
we
can't
already,
expect them to do everything for nothing.
Right.
Right.
You pay them
So
by the
if-
hour, be a
Well,
lot
I would
less
say
money.
pay them by the hour then,
Yeah,
but at
okay.
least get
If-
somebody to get off their dead rear ends and do something.
if that's what you'd like, we can do that, that's not a
I
problem.
Because I
think
know
that'll
it'll
pay you.
And
Okay,
I think,
that's
and I
fine.
think you've got your payroll already covered, having 14,000.
That's
Well,
fine, we can do that.
It's
not
not
Okay.
a whole day. You think
Alright.
It
it
takes
takes
2 days.
It's part of 2 days.
Because we do all the hand lines in one day and all the LDH the next day, because we lay it all out at once and we roll it
It
out.
doesn't take 8 hours though, but it takes a part of a day.
Oh, no.
Well,
The LDH takes part of the day,
Didn't you used to help with that too? Mm-hmm.
but that's back on a department when we had 25, 30 people too.
I'm not talking about my own.
And how many do we have now?
I think I have 17. And we can do that. We can pay them the incentive to come host test. I'm not opposed to that.
I mean, that's sick. I'm sorry.
I was looking at other avenues.
So let's knock this down then,
All right, so then you can take
$4,700
$4,700.
off of there. It's still a lot,
What does that take you down to?
Well, it has to be done
yeah, 43.
though. Yeah, so what are you putting there instead?
43?
What are we putting there instead?
4,300.
Like I said, SCBA's, we left at 3,000 because that's masks,
Yes.
full
Well, that's,
testing and everything.
that, I agree with that.
DNR, excuse me, DNR, $3,422.37 is our portion of that grant.
Okay. Fall Fest, we don't know.
We don't know
That's-
that one yet.
All right, I wanna know how, do you have a contract for our ambulance?
I do not.
How
so-
did you come up with 79,000?
What I did is I figured out what the increase was for years, added it, and then in the contract, if you guys read it, there's one paragraph in there that says, the city of Marshfield can charge us $3,000 for
Yeah.
any bill that's not paid for 6 months. So I budgeted that in there for if they do, I have the money in my budget to cover the $3,000 that they're gonna bill us.
As in if John wouldn't pay it on time?
As if anybody in the township, any
If
accident in
somebody
the
owes
township.
them,
Oh, okay.
Usually if
Right.
it's
Which they're gonna
supposed to be
let
an
us know.
accident on 97 and
Yeah.
they don't.
Right,
they would let us know anyway.
right, John would probably get a letter, but I still need to budget that $3,000 in the ambulance contract, so we're covered for it.
So what's the percentage that we normally go up? What is it, 2%?
2 or 3%.
I'll tell you in a second.
And talking to Rod, it sounds like it's gonna go up more than what I budgeted for.
How
How much? So could we contract with Stratford or,
79,000 is a heck of a lot of money for ambulance.
Uh-huh.
I think we need to, if that's what this is, or it's gonna be more,
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to look outside of Marshfield.
Yep, but then again, you need to remember you're downgrading your service too, you're going from paramedic.
They'll get a helicopter there if they need it, right?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, that's what, I guess what I need to know.
Is that what you would like me to do? Start talking to Stratford and
Well, I
stuff?
think
Well, I think you need to find out
Yeah.
for sure what the hell the number's gonna be to start
And
with.
I won't know that until I get the contract, because they don't tell me any of that until I get.
You had a
the
sheet,
The contract last year was dated October 23rd is when they got
but we had a sheet before that,
with an estimate on,
what it was gonna go up each year.
oh, percentage wise.
Yeah,
I don't ever remember seeing that sheet, so maybe
And
a
originally-
previous chief has had
what's
it.
that?
Originally, we had, 2 paramedics coming, right? And years back.
Correct, yep,
Now we're only getting one,
getting, well, all,
maybe,
Yeah.
depending on.
depending upon call, and depending upon how many ambulances are out.
Right.
Okay, so I just had that same discussion with Lori. the
Yes,
other
I
day.
will take care of what you and I
Okay.
discussed,
Yeah.
we don't need to talk about that right now, it's another can of worms.
Well, but it's part of this contract.
It is, so, for many years, the city of Marshfield, according to me personally, has been double dipping from us. Because we're paying them so much money to contract their service to come out and help with our patients, correct? Marshfield comes out, put the patient in the ambulance, they transport, the patient now gets a bill from Marshfield
Right.
because they transported the patient. Why are we paying $79,000 for the ambulance just to drive on our roads?
We need
For
to
a
look
phone
at
call.
something different then.
Well, they charge you even if you deny.
I know, we have to have the service,
Yeah.
and I understand
Yep.
that.
So,
Yeah.
like I said, that's a whole nother conversation to work out.
Well, there's 13 other municipalities that they service
Yeah.
too.
Correct.
And they got, those 12 or 13 municipalities surrounding the city of Marshfield, all the way to Auberdale and town of Fremont.
Yep.
How many ambulance calls do you think the town of McMillan gets in a year? How many
Spencer's
calls?
the top
Right off the
thing.
top of my head right now, I think we are up to 36 from the beginning of the year.
3 per month.
So they,
Pretty much 3.
so they charge $1,000 for everybody that come out to, whether you take the service or not. I just went through this at my house. It's
Correct.
$1,000.
Correct, because they bill your
So
insurance.
not only are
and
they
the
getting
person in it.
70-some thousand, but they're getting 1,000 for every resident that happens to. And I just feel that this is,
That
it's
is-
already, you're paying this in your taxes, and then you're turning around, they're turning around.
And that is why
Charging.
in our contract, I put in there the specific lift assist. Marshfield does not come out on those unless we get there, help the person up, do a medical assessment on them and feel we need them. That is one way I'm trying to help the residents cut down on their ambulance cost, is by doing the lift assist ourselves and only calling if we need.
Right, and I understand
That's a
that.
lift assist though.
But the 79 from 68, I mean, you're looking at, you know.
John, have you gotten any
one
letters
of a big
that
chunk
nobody's
of
paid?
money.
No.
Over 10 grand up.
I mean, like I said, so in that one paragraph in the contract.
Because in that 68,000, no, the 68,000, we had it up at what, 71?
Correct.
Anticipating the 3,000.
Correct, yep.
I think that's pretty much highly unlikely that somebody's not gonna pay their bill because everybody has to have insurance anymore. You know,
But like Donna said, she
The
personally got
majority.
billed also
I
on
got
top
billed.
of her insurance.
My insurance paid 800,
Mhm.
and they billed me for another 2.
Mhm.
So she, so
You
she,
had to pay your deductible on your insurance.
No,
no. Uh-uh.
no, it's not, that has nothing to do with,
Uh-uh.
the insurance has a set fee that they pay.
Right.
They pay that,
But they
But they
charged
should be
you
getting-
1,000.
and then they charge me. And then they charge me another 200 because their fee is 1,000. So
So
they
if,
roll that tire,
That's-
you're $1,000.
so if she's in our township, she got that $200 bill and she decided not to pay it for 6 to 9 months,
Mhm.
they can say, oh, we're gonna assess you this.
And that
You're
has
gonna go-
happened.
And it
That
has happened in the
happened.
past.
Well, but
Yes.
That's why I put
Yeah,
the
that's what
300
she's
in.
talking about, that other thing now.
Yeah, well,
But-
anyway.
Well, I think they would notify us how much this bill is, am I correct? If
I would
it's,
hope
if it's
so.
standing
If
out
somebody
there.
doesn't pay,
Yeah.
yeah, they'll.
I would
Yeah,
hope
they
so.
do, because we,
So, I
I
mean, if
remember, we have been notified, and so then it,
So
I
they,
don't
so they
remember
can
how-
bill us
where it
up to
went from there.
$3,000 a year for unpaid bills.
yeah.
That's why I tucked the 3,000 in there to cover.
That's,
Yeah, but,
we need to look at that one.
yeah,
I think so.
yeah,
All right, I will,
Another one to check and
Yeah.
report back.
yeah.
All right, EMS salaries are looking the same.
yep, we left EMS completely the same there, we didn't change a thing on that.
Okay.
So what are we up to, John, for public safety?
Well, we don't know because we got a couple numbers we have to look at.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay, highway, street administration.
Oh, wait, let's go to capital outlay quick.
Oh,
Yeah,
Whatever
what's that
line that's
for?
on.
Oh, hold on.
We didn't
So
do
you
the
guys
equipment.
didn't do the,
Ambulance.
You know, training, and you didn't do.
equipment and supplies under EMS
Yep.
and training expense.
that's all.
That's all gonna stay the same.
Well,
Okay.
why do we have training expense so high? I mean, we.
Because
We
it
haven't
costs,
even hit 1,000
because
in the past 2
for,
years.
for 2 people to go to EMT and 1 to go to EMR, that's what it's gonna cost to send 3 people through an EMS class.
You got them all signed up and ready to go?
I have 2 of them all signed up and ready to go.
Okay. Okay.
And then if you go to the capital outlay,
And there is no reimbursement on that anywhere?
they sign a contract with me as the chief. If we pay for their EMS course, they stay with us 2 years. If they leave us before 2 years, they need to reimburse the full cost.
Yeah, we see how well that works.
Is there a stipulation how many calls they have to attend?
No, there isn't. But we can look at that too.
Okay.
I mean,
Alright.
that's something for my officer team to sit down and talk about and figure out there.
So what do you want to buy for $25,000?
That is our portion of the AFG grant for the tender that I applied for. They are on the 10th round of handing money out. They go down to 15 rounds.
What,
239.
That is our portion of that.
So you got the grant?
Do not know yet. They go to 15 rounds. They're on the 10th round. I have not received.
On that line.
Fire protection? We're 570.
They're on page 8 of 9, page 8,
I'm not numbered anymore.
for 25,000 under
57,
fire
220,
protection
fire
capital outlay.
protection.
So when do you anticipate they're going to make their decision? When did you apply?
Oh, jeez. When did I submit this? Looking for a printout for this.
Can you remind me if we get awarded this grant, what does that mean? I don't remember off the top of my head what this is.
It's a 90-10 because of our population, and we would be purchasing a new tender to replace our 1990 tender.
Okay. And if we don't get it, then we're out money.
Then we haven't spent money, and we haven't spent the 25,000.
And then you wouldn't need the 25,000.
Correct. We're just waiting to see if we get the grant. If we get the grant, then we'll need the 25. If we don't get the grant,
so she's pre-planning.
Yeah. I
It's
get
a
it.
just in
I
case,
get it.
sir. But when will they be,
they go all the way until January and February of 2025.
okay, when do you have to use that by? They
I
must have a
have-
time frame in there.
I have a year and a half.
Okay, so it wouldn't be absolutely positively necessary to have it in there for this year.
But if we
For
have,
25.
but if we get the grant, we would like to order it, and there's always, we can take our 10% and put it as a down payment on.
You can also take the grant papers in and say you will be receiving
When,
this.
Debbie asked, when did you apply for that?
He's back in January. Cause they, hold on. 2/5 of 2024 is when I printed out all the final stuff.
February.
Yep.
What were you gonna say, Dave?
Well, it's gonna be sort of like the 90-10 thing
Yeah,
for the road thing.
right,
Yeah.
but I mean, are you gonna, buy the first piece of whatever you're gonna look at, or are you
When
gonna order it?
When I applied for the grant, I had to spec one out. I spec one out identically to 2 different places,
Mhm.
and they were very similar in cost.
I hope you get it, and then we can sell some of the crap that across the road, right?
Right, the deal with this grant is if we get a new tender, the old tender cannot be sold to another fire department, but it can be sold to somebody who needs it to water roads down, or water their trees, or whatever.
Why?
Because if it's not good enough for our fire department to use it, it's not good enough for any fire department to use.
Well, it's good, it's just not, we
Well,
want better.
how much did we put into it recently? And we're using it now.
Correct, I only have 3 people who know how to drive it.
It's a stick.
It's a stick.
You gotta be shitting me.
No,
They don't teach it anymore.
They don't teach you how to
They
drive
don't
a stick
even
anymore.
know how to do it.
I do.
said, well, teach them.
And I,
It ain't that tough to watch them jerk down the road.
I can teach them, but how many clutches do you want to put back in the truck because they run the clutch up?
Oh, David.
You know,
Oh, my
I'm
God.
saying, it's just,
Yeah.
Did I hear that right? You got nobody to drive this, whatever?
I
There's
have
only
3,
3 of
I
them.
have 3 people who know how to drive a stick on the fire
To do
department.
Standard
a stick
transmission.
shift.
As a resident, as a taxpaying resident, why don't you get rid of a bunch of this junk you got over there?
Well, that's what she's.
And be done with
but
it.
That's what
the
I'm trying
reason-
to do with this grant.
the
Get rid of
reason-
what, how many trucks you got over there?
George, listen, the question was asked, why we couldn't sell it to another fire department.
Yeah.
When we are using it.
I can't hear what shit,
Right,
you
I
guys
know.
are mumbling. How many trucks do you have over there? I'm really curious.
Well,
I wanna keep moving.
moving.
6, I believe.
You got 6 of them over there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, including the 2 4-wheelers and snowmobile.
You got 10?
Well, no, George, including this,
All these other little
the
things.
2 snowmobiles and the 2 4-wheelers. So you got
Okay, so you got
6.
7 trucks.
Well,
6. You said 10, right?
10,
Minus
correct.
4 is 6.
yes.
Okay.
All right, are we on 5310?
Huh?
Highway Street Administration?
5310.
Line 184.
Yeah.
Go throw up.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay, what do we put in there, John? What's all in there?
I think it's just drug testing.
Okay, so we already did that this last year, right? Or one, well, we could end it with more.
You may have more than that.
I know,
Yeah.
yeah, because, I mean, they all got CDLs, so, put 300 in there.
For 184?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for drug testing.
Shop operations, what's that one, John?
I think it's just generic stuff like nuts and washers and rags.
Bolts and,
That would not be anything with lights?
that's buildings.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're
there's
right.
just a bunch of random stuff, relays,
That would be something to upgrade.
Generic.
I have that.
Yeah, okay.
So you're leaving it at 1,000.
Yeah, you could have 1,000. The grader, I don't know why we had 5,000 in there.
that might be like blades on the grader.
Okay, then
So,
leave that there because
that
I
might
know
come-
we need, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, it's
coming.
like that's, so I've got the last 2 years up, so that's
Cruise Air, have we even operated that at all?
What is it?
That's for loading, they've loaded trucks with that, with sand and stuff.
I know, but I mean, have we done a hell of a lot with it like this last year? Because there's nothing. We've done absolutely no cost in 22, 23, and 24 so far, so.
The only time we used it, I guess, is when we put culverts in, and we did it on our own. When we had
We should
washout
try.
on gallons down here.
Maybe do that.
Okay, leave 1,000 in there.
And now we're on 189?
Yep. Freightliner, leave that one at about 5,000. The International, 4,000. These are basically, for budgeting, we've always left the same for years, 3,000 for the next one. Tractor, 2,500. And grass cutter, 2,500.
Do any of these things need to be replaced? I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
The little red truck.
The little red truck is what we're gonna be looking at replacing. As a matter of fact, Dave, 10 o'clock on Wednesday, B&H, I talked to Jeff, they're gonna come out and look at what we got, and he said he's got one on the lot that he will bring out that we can look at right away.
So, do we
And I
need
was
to,
at Fleming's yesterday, and they brought up the original specs for
Uh-huh.
that little red truck, so they're gonna check by next
Yeah.
week too.
So, good, well, let me know when they're planning on.
Yep, I can do that.
All right, so then buildings and grounds. So that was our,
23,000 stays the same.
No, you added two.
yeah,
You added to the drug testing.
oh, that's right, we did add a little bit for the drug, yeah, 200. So it's 23.2.
So that actually totals up at the bottom. This 23, line 194, the machinery operations total is just for lines 187 through 193.
Right,
So that is,
that's 23.2, right?
No, because the extra $200 just gets added to the total for public works.
Oh, so it's just 23?
23.
That's just how the spreadsheet is set up, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
And this is how it's set up when it gets exported from QuickBooks, so I'd rather just, I mean, you know, I think if it's off by $200,
we'll live.
no big deal, but.
Buildings and grounds. I don't anticipate a wall moving. But I think we need to put 2,500 in there for our deductible, just in case.
For what?
Our deductible.
Oh. Yeah.
And then highway wages, oh, that one's gonna be, what, we have 60, that'll be 20.
What was the total for buildings and grounds? 'Cause isn't that where-
2,500.
Isn't that where her lights would go?
No,
Oh.
oh yeah, I guess you could put your. this
Where do you
would
want
be-
me to put the lights? That's where that goes.
You need to find out how much your lights are
I got
gonna be
some.
first.
I got
How
some.
much are they?
So according, I don't have two estimates, I only have the one right now. But for the, this is the garage only. So the older garage is $775. Plus,
775
yeah, plus 1,500.
for,
The south bay of the old garage. Oh wait, no wait, the old, so they labeled this the older garage and the old garage. Sorry. So the older garage is to replace the 3 exterior dusk to dawn lights with LED fixtures is $775.
okay.
The old garage, which is the south bay of the old garage, is change out 2 strip fixtures over the workbench with new LEDs, and that's 1,500. And then the south bay of the old garage, change out 4 high bay fixtures, is 1,650.
For a total
I'm not a math major.
of 30.
I'm doing this quick
38
too.
at least.
3,100 plus 775.
Yeah, let's do 4.
You have 3 quotes, right?
No, 3 different quotes for different
Different.
sections. They actually has 1 quote from McMillan. in the-
Oh,
Yeah.
And you- are you-
But I'm still gonna get more. This is just for the base.
Okay, so what do we need to put in the budget?
Give me 1 second. I'm adding this up quick.
We can have it'll be close regardless of where you end up with.
39 to
So-
$33,925. Now there is some, we would be eligible for some money back,
Mm-hmm.
which would be about 300 plus 120,
So what was your first original number?
3,925.
4,000 bucks.
So 4,000.
Yep, so we'll put that up to 6,500 then.
And that's which one again?
195.
Okay.
you're putting it up to what?
6,500.
And that's the garage lights. So 4,000 for garage lights if you need that.
And then if we knock out a wall in the process, we got the 2,500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
God.
You never know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on road
No, we are on 199
Yeah.
salaries. Leave that at 60.
60.
We'll just leave those the same.
Okay, everything down the same.
So I did run the numbers, so $26 an hour plus the FICA times 2,080 hours would be 58,217.
Okay.
So that doesn't give much room for,
But there shouldn't be any overtime because I was told that we don't have a full-time job out here by more than one person.
yeah, so I'm just saying that that doesn't leave a whole lot of room for
For wiggle room.
part-time people.
Yeah,
But if you use the overtime as that kind of
that could,
It would
you know,
be.
covering for that, then.
there shouldn't be any
Probably.
overtime, but we don't know how much snow we're gonna get or whatever the case may be.
So road 201, then are you going to
Leave that in there.
10 grand?
Yeah,
Okay. And
because
then,
if need be, this is the line items,
yep,
we're fine.
okay. And then the retirement,
Well, we don't have any of that.
so make that 0.
Yep.
And then fuel, 20 grand? I
Yeah.
hate this fuel stuff because it fluctuates so damn bad.
Yeah, leave that one at 20.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll be working hard.
All right, insurance?
Yeah, we didn't have anything for insurance. What happened there, John?
5-star employees. We didn't need it. Yeah, so